Hello Isopod fans, this is Wally from Supreme Isopods. You've kept powder blues, powder orange, dairy cows, giant canyons, all the great beginner isopods. I recommended 5 great beginner isopods in this video. Make sure that you watch that. But this video, we're going to talk about 5 isopods for the intermediate isopod keeper. Join me. Now, in that previous video, I mentioned some great isopods for beginners. Are you keeping some of those isopods? Let me know in a comment down below. Have you gotten to the point where you want to move forward with your hobby? You're just not sure which isopods to get next. You have some great isopods in your collection, but you want to take that next step. Well, I have some isopods that will work for you as an intermediate. These are not the advanced isopods. These are not the rubber duckies or the Porcellio giant, Spanish giants. These are some great next step isopods. Let's take a look. The very first isopod that I'll mention is Armadillidium versicolor. I wasn't sure what to expect when I got these in. I knew that they would be small, and they are small, but their colors are outstanding. Such a variety. Well, Armadillidium versicolor, you would expect that. There's just colors all over the rainbow. Their yellows are unbelievable. Now again, they are a smaller isopod, but they're a lot of fun because it will take a little bit for them to get going, but once they go, they'll really fill up your enclosure. Number 2, this is Cubaris Papaya. I think this is such an underrated isopod. I think that they're just outstanding in color. That creamy pinkish yellow whitish color is just amazing. I'm not quite sure why more people in this hobby don't keep Cubaris Papaya. I think everybody knows the Cubaris murina. Easy to keep, easy to populate. Cubaris Papaya are about the same. I find that it takes a little bit longer for them to really get going, but again, once they go, they really go. Number 3, and this is a special one to me, I love Armadillidium vulgare magic potions. These are really cool. There's a video I'll share right here. You can go watch that specifically on the magic potions. I love their colors. I love the variety of the darker spots, the lighter colors, the yellows intermixed, and that spangly look. I really think this is a great isopod to take that next step with, a good intermediate isopod. Again, these are going to take a little bit of time to get going, but once they do, they really fill up an enclosure. This isopod, lots and lots of vegetables. Number 4, and my wife would really be upset if I didn't mention this one. This is Armadillidium vulgare, Punta, Cana. Punta, Cana. These are what I call the little jelly beans of the isopod world. So many different colors, so many different varieties. The bigger ones lose a little bit of color once they get a little bit bigger, but the smaller ones are just gorgeous. It really adds a lot to this whole enclosure when you see so many varieties of colors with this animal. And like I said about the magic potions, feed Armadillidium vulgare Punta Canas a lot of vegetables and they will really take off. Hey, if you really like these videos, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell down below. These videos take a little bit of work for me. I love putting them out, but I would really appreciate if you would subscribe and like this video. Number 5. This should be the end of our list, but you know, I can't count, so we might have a couple more, 1 or 2 more on the list after number 5. And after this, you might just be surprised at the next couple of isopods on the list. And number 5 is Porcellio scaber lava. Oh my gosh, look at these animals. When I first saw these online, I was really impressed with the colors, but when they came in, the colors online don't do them justice. The blacks, the reds, just a stark contrast. Love the colors of Porcellio scaber lava. Now, I feel that they multiply just a little bit slower than other scabers, which seem to go crazy in my enclosures. Let me know in a comment down below if you have Porcellio scaber lava and how they're doing. Are they really taking off? If you don't have Porcellio scaber lava, leave a comment down below and let me know why you don't. Number 6, and this might just be a surprise to some people, this is Armadillidium klugi Montenegro. This is the clown isopod. So everybody's asking at this point, why isn't that a beginner isopod? Well, I tell you what, I have talked to many keepers, especially at reptile shows, and they mentioned that they've had these clown isopods in once or even twice and lost them all. These isopods have a couple of little tricks to keep them. Make sure that you watch this video here on proper care of Armadillidium klugi Montenegro, the clown isopod. But I tell you what, take a look at those colors. Once you master a couple of these little tips, they will really fill up an enclosure. And I really think that their colors rival any of the other isopods out there. A wonderful addition to number 6. Number 7. And I know what you're saying now. Wally, you can't count. You said 5. What happened to 5? Well, you know me. Whenever I do one of these videos and I have 3 or 5 of the top or best, I always add 1 or sometimes 2 more. I just can't make up my mind. And that's the case today. I had 5, but I went downstairs, I started recording, and I came up with 7. So forgive me, this number 7 is well worth the wait. This is, and everybody knows that Porcellio hoffmannsegii is the king of isopods. If you don't agree with me, leave a comment down below and tell me what your king of isopods is. Porcellio hoffmannsegii is absolutely my favorite isopod, but this is going to be a little bit of a different slant. The number 7 isopod is Porcellio hoffmannsegii black. Now hoffmannsegii, the normal hoffmannsegii are super big. They're called the Titans. The black variety is a little bit smaller. Some people think that this is a location rather than from where the normal Porcellio hoffmannsegii come from. The black are a little bit smaller, but I tell you, the colors are just amazing. This is a pure black isopod compared to the gray of the normal hoffmannsegii. If you want to try something a little bit different, then try Porcellio hoffmannsegii. They're a little bit tricky, but they're not terribly hard to keep. Now, I could keep going on and on with number 8 and 9 and 10 and 23 and 48, but what I'm going to do is leave the playlist right here so you can see some of these other amazing intermediate isopods. Make sure you watch that. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I appreciate it. Take care.